I am tired of this life. As I am sending you this message, I am standing at a crossroad. Do I stay as a broke air hostess with a man that gave me a second chance after cheating on him multiple times, giving him multiple STIs, a man that I once treated like trash? Or do I go back to Dubai for the porta potty? Maybe this time around, if I go on my own without any Nigerians being involved in the story, maybe I can make money as other South African women are. So I was a girl that was from hell, the girlfriend that you never want to have, the girlfriend who refused to be dumped. I was already working as an air hostess. A lot of South African women, when they hear about you working as an air hostess and you do not like it, they think that maybe you love things too much. But as for me, I felt like I deserved better. I hated the work that I was doing and I was tired of serving tea to the people that I thought were way below me because of my beauty. I had a boyfriend whom I will call Sipo, who loved me with everything that he had. He was someone that was working, he had a nice job. He still have that job. He always told me that he wanted us to start our little family, but I was not yet ready for that. He would buy me gifts from local malls, take me to nice spots in Mawaneng, but I just roll my eyes and I'll be like, Sibo, this is too local. This is cheap. I feel as if I deserve something better. I would tell him that I wanted life that is much more better. I wanted to be an influencer. I had heard about this other girl that was doing modeling for Shein. Those women that you see wearing the dresses on Shein or Temu, that is the kind of a life that I wanted to be a model. I wanted to be an influencer. I wanted that kind of a lifestyle that I always saw on Instagram. So I treated Sibo as if he was a footstool because he could not buy me the original luxury that I felt like I deserved. That was when I met E. He was a Nigerian agent. I met at a lounge in Senton. He told me each and every word exactly like I wanted to hear. He said to me, "You are too beautiful to be a waitress. You know, you are so beautiful. You need to do something better." It was like, there is no difference between you and someone who is working at KFC. It is just that you are doing this while least you are inside of an aeroplane. And this was what I wanted to hear. I wanted a man to tell me that this, what I was feeling happy about, it was wrong. Me feeling happy about having this job as an air hostess, I wanted something better. He said to me, "Come to Dubai." He told me that he was going to make me a Shein model and I was going to triple my salary even within a week. I did not even say goodbye to my boyfriend properly. I just packed my bags and then I flew out thinking that I was heading for the runway. The moment that I landed in Dubai, everything changed. As for E's manager, he came and they picked me up. Within 2 hours, we had reached this nice villa. He told me that they needed my passport, like for visa processing, because I went to Dubai as someone that was a tourist. So now they wanted to put a work permit on my visa. Like a fool, I handed it over and then the door was locked. He sat with me down. This was another Nigerian who showed me some money. And I said, "What is this money that you are showing me?" It was a bill of the money that he had made me to spend while I was in South Africa. I was shocked at the amount. This was 20,000 US dollars. I said, "I never spent any dollars." And he was like, "Yeah, because the rate is always fluctuating. So we have to charge everything in the US dollars." So I just thought that maybe they were just showing me how much money he had spent on me. And I did not know that these Nigerians, they wanted me to pay back that 20,000 US dollars plus interest on top. He told me that some of it included my flight to Dubai, my training, the visa fees, and the luxury that I was going to be wearing when I would be going for these lessons. So he told me that I was supposed to work for this money now. And I said, okay, how am I going to work for this money, and how am I going to pay you? And you need to give me a time frame. And then he said, you think that this is South Africa? He laughed when he left the lounge. He left me there, and they had already grabbed my phone. They gave me a phone. This type of a phone that I got, I was not even allowed. I could not even save any phone number. If I tried to save any other phone number, it will refuse to save anything. And they monitored that phone each and every time, and I could only use it to speak with the people that they wanted me to speak with. This phone was given to me, and I was told that from now on, I was like a slave to them, and there was no Shane photo shoot. I had came all the way to Dubai to become a prostitute in Dubai. I was taken to another room after I had rested because I could not even sleep. I kept on crying. They came. These were Arab men that came, and then they grabbed me. They took me to this other room where they told me that I was supposed to undress myself. And then after I had undressed myself, they started taking pictures, and they took pictures of me whilst I was wearing lingerie, whilst I was wearing different type of dresses. And then they gave me a mask. That was when I realized that this was what was going to happen to me. I was not there to model for clothes that you see on Shane women wearing. I was there to be recorded for what they call masked porn. The men and the woman in those porn videos, you don't see their faces, and those videos are sold on the deep web. And each and every session was going to be recorded, and I was going to be forced to perform acts that can make your blood run cold. My salary that I was going to be earning, I did not even know how much I was going to be earning each and every month, for this money was going towards my debt. And what surprised me was that 20,000 remained 20,000. The debt never went down. I was a prisoner in a place where other people were enjoying their vacation, yet I was a prisoner. So I did not even exist to these Nigerians. To my family, they thought that I was in Dubai and I was doing modeling, and I was there being used as a porn actress. And they gave me this mask that I had to wear all over my face. And then that Nigerian man, he was recording everything. He first said that it was his habit to taste those that we knew that he was going to shoot. He said, what if I see that you know how to ride a man? So then he took me and he slept with me after he had given me pills that made me to feel like I wanted a man inside of me. You do not know that feeling. Your heart is refusing, but your body, because of those sex pills that they give to you, you end up sleeping even with 10 men at a time. You see those gang bangs that happen on the videos that you watch. You might think that the woman, she is enjoying, but it is because they would have given her some pills that will make her body cry for different types of men to sleep with him at the same time. So this man, when he slept with me, he did not record anything. After that, that was when he started recording. He even recorded me a video with me. He was showing my face, and he told me that if I ever tried to run, or if he ever see that I am contacting the police, he was going to send those videos to my mom. He was going to send those videos on the internet, and they were going to make everyone see that this is me. They even had managed to acquire a uniform for the airline that I was working for, and there were videos that they would take of me wearing that uniform, so that those that I worked with, they would quickly recognize that it is me. I was a prostitute for the cameras. And when I was not on the film, I was introduced to men that slept with me. These men that slept with me, the majority of them, they were Africans that were working and staying in Dubai. And these are not your rich guys. They are those African men, usually from West Africa and from other southern African countries that go to Dubai just to work as security guards, as gardeners. They would come and then they would give the Nigerians the money so that they can sleep with me, and this was money that I would only use to buy bread and pads. The Nigerian manager will take everything else. The difficult time was when this other Nigerian girl that was staying at the same villa where I was staying started to lose her mind. It was just too much. She was doing that porta potty. There was this other Arab guy that liked her a lot. And by liking her, I don't mean that he had love feelings for him, but he loved to see her being submissive towards him and making her to eat pop. This woman started to lose her mind because she would cry whenever she would be taken to that man's private house where they would put some food in the same bowl that he would feed his own dogs so that she can eat the poop from that bowl. They would even have a leash around her neck and she would be like a dog. And this was what made this woman to start losing her mind, even though she had left kids back in Nigeria. I thought that Nigerian women, they were strong because they told themselves that even if they do this porta potty, they really did not mind. All that they wanted was the money. But as for him, I guess that it was just too much. We were forced to take stimulants. These were sex stimulants just to keep going during shoots. When you see even a 5-minute porn video, that 5 minutes you can shoot it even for 24 hours straight, looking for the perfect one. And I would just get tired after these men would have slept with me. Some of them, they would even fly from America, and these were men that had huge manhoods as if they had gone for surgery. After sleeping with that type of a man during the porn shoot, you will feel that your womb, it is really painful. When you would go to poop, the poop will come out in bits and pieces, and it will be hard, crusty poop as if it is not coming out of a living human being. I don't know what causes that condition. I always had my back hurting because the poop will tear me each and every time. Maybe it was because of the way that those men had extra long manhoods. I thought about my life. I thought about my boyfriend that I had left behind each and every single night. I thought about how I used to call him a cheap man when he was actually the only person who had treated me like a human being. I was now being treated like an animal by men that had money who really did not care about me. The escape, it was not like in the movies. This villa, it was raided for a different reason. It was something that had to do with tax as well as illegal business licenses. In that chaos, that was when I managed to grab a travel document from the manager's office. And since I did not have a passport, I had enough proof to get to the South African consulate. I was then deported back to Jozi. I landed at OR Tambo with absolutely nothing, no bag, no designer shoes, no phone, no millions, the money that I thought that I was going to make. So I was given 10,000 rands, that this was the money that was given to me for 2 years of that painful life that I had lived in Dubai. And I was told that this was the money that I had remaining after I had paid out the 20,000 US dollars that I owned to the Nigerian. So I returned back home and I moved to my mother's house in the location, pretending as if I had just retired from the modeling. I managed to get my old job back as an air hostess, and I managed to get my boyfriend Sipo, God bless him. He took me back without asking too many questions. I thought that the nightmare was over. Life back in SA, it is hard. Going back to a normal salary job after seeing the kind of money that moves in Dubai to this very day, it is a mental struggle. One day, I was sitting in a McDonald's in Rosebank, and then when I was there, that was when I saw this Nigerian man I just saw that this is a Nigerian guy from the looks and from the clothes that he was wearing. He literally ran into McDonald's. He was moving fast, and then he came close to where I was. He sat down, and he had a Louis Vuitton women's purse, and then he just dumped it onto my lap, and he literally ran out of the door. He disappeared when I tried to follow him into the Joburg traffic. My heart was racing. I thought that it was a bomb or drugs. I opened the bag slowly, and I saw that inside there were stacks of money. And then I just rushed out of that McDonald's after I had grabbed my bag, got into an Uber, and when I was in the Uber, that was when I opened it slowly, making sure that the Uber driver does not see that there is money in that bag. There was a small piece of paper, and this note simply said, "Thanks for what you did in Dubai. You were our best earner. This is your final commission." So this money, when I returned back home, I counted the money. This money, it amounted to 160,000. I hid it. I kept it hidden from Sipom, and till this day, we still have this money. So this money, it feels like it is a thank you. It felt like a lifeline. These people, even though they were using me in Dubai, but they made me to feel so grateful for ever going to Dubai. So I used that money to settle some of the debts. This money, it has woken up a greed inside of me. Sipho does not know that I have this money. He is very supportive. I have been lying to him about the modeling job that I was doing in Dubai. He really does not know that I was there as a prisoner. I was not living a soft life during my 2 years in Dubai. And I've been playing this game just lying to him. So this is the final blow that is affecting me. I was on a flight to Cape Town. Then I met another South African girl that I knew very well. So as for this girl, I once knew that she went to Dubai, but she went to Dubai after I had returned back to South Africa. She even asked me, and I told her not to go to Dubai, but I did not tell her the full story. I just told her that I went there and a Nigerian mistreated me. And what made me to speak with her so much about what was happening in her life, it was because she had a Hermes bag, and she had this glow that only comes when you have a deep pocket. We started talking, and then I realized that this girl, she knew the Dubai language. She told me straight that she goes to Dubai once a month. This was after we had arrived in Cape Town, and then the second day we went out and we were talking. She told me that she goes to Dubai once a month, and she does not do modeling, she does not do underground porn films, but she do the porta potty for the sheikhs. She showed me her bank balance. The money that I saw, I could not even properly count the zeros. It was more money than the money that most of you can ever earn in 10 years. Even I cannot earn that money in the next 10 years if it happens that I am working at this same airline. She said, "Girl, you were in the wrong hands. Those Nigerians, they are small time. If you go with the right circle, you can make even 500,000 rands in just one weekend just by being a toilet for a few hours. It's disgusting, yeah, but you close your eyes, you've already done it before. Take the money when you come back to South Africa. When you buy, it's not like the person on the till will know that this money that you got it through the porta potty." Now here I am stuck. I am working as an air hostess, still dating Sipho, but I'm looking at Lirato's life and I am hell tempted. I know the horrors of Dubai. I know everything that I have been through. I know what it is like to be forced to sleep with multiple men on a single day. But I keep on thinking about the money that the Nigerians gave to me when I returned back to South Africa, saying that they were grateful for the work that I did for them there in Dubai. I feel as if this time around it is a sign. I think that maybe this is time I can be the one in control. I am thinking about taking a leave of absence from work next month to follow Lerato, not your real name. I am an air hostess who knows how to serve people, but am I ready to be a porta potty just to never be broke again? Sivo is planning a wedding. I am planning a flight. I have not thought about anything else than going back to Dubai. To those that are going to judge me, yeah, I know I have not yet learnt my lesson, Nashin. I feel as if Dubai is calling my name, and I think I am going back to Dubai. Will update you soon. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our sister right there. Yo, people are making money. 500,000 rands in a single weekend. Just imagine that kind of a money. You go there once, you come back, just being a toilet. Ladies in the comment section, will you do such a thing? And let us talk about this. I'll be back with another episode.